football. So let's start with Chicago. Justin Fields, the quarterback from Ohio State, got drafted by the Chicago Bears. The Bears moved up to the 11th pick in the draft to go get him. At Ohio State, Fields was a two-time Big Ten champion. His sophomore season, he threw for 41 TDs and 3,200 yards, and has been to the college football playoffs twice. In high school, he was highlighted in the Netflix show QB1 because he was rated as the best dual quarterback in his class. He's known for his ability to being very athletic, which is something that not all quarterbacks have. He can run when needed, and his arm is actually quite impressive. Not to mention, he has a pretty great brain. Fields had a high GPA in high school and college, so high that he was able to play at Harvard. According to Mark Sanchez, Fields scored the highest score ever in a pre-draft aptitude test that measured your recall. Players like Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes have scored 108s. Fields scored a 130. He may have a photographic memory, so I'm excited to see how quickly he can learn the playbook. The biggest asset I think that Fields has is his toughness. I saw this guy get hit squared in the ribs in the semifinal game against Clemson in the college football playoffs. Homie toughed it out and proceeded to throw 6 TDs and 136 yards and get the dub. Then they proceeded to go to the championship game against Alabama. I think that's just quite impressive. Like, he was probably heavy on drugs, but he still balled out regardless. Kind of my thoughts on this pick. I love the pick. He is a piece the Bears needed. My concern was them not drafting an O-line piece first. However, they lucked out and got Tevin Jenkins from Oklahoma State in the second round, who is a great O-line pick in my opinion. The Bears can now protect him, and they still have a somewhat great defense. Fields now has David Montgomery, Tariq Cohen, Allen Robinson, Anthony Miller, and Darnell Mooney. None of these guys are scrubs in my opinion. With Fields as quarterback, I think the Bears have a chance of being the second best team in the NFC North. The Vikings are a close third. They could be in the running for the division depending on what happens with the Packers, but we can discuss that later. Matt Nagy, the head coach, now has no excuse for why he can't get the Bears back on track. Trubisky is gone, and he has new draft picks. And what kind of pissed me off about Justin Fields' draft day was prior to the draft, the media and draft analysts tried so hard to find any dirt on lowering his draft stock. They spent a lot more time finding pieces of info to improve Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, and Mac Jones' draft stock. He has been highlighted as an elite quarterback since high school, and he continued to show that in college. Sure, he's had some bad games and made some nasty mistakes, but so have others. Fields has at least shown he can handle adversity and look good while doing it. So I'll be looking out for Fields. I won't be cheering him too hard because, at the end of the day, I am a Packers fan.